Yeah, we would like to dedicate this Devar Torah to our beloved Hani Cohen, and also to her son Aviad, and for the wonderful breakfast that they prepared, especially after Selichot, to encourage us to be at Selichot early.
My father's yahrzeit.
And son, of course.
Yep.
So we were continuing, at least we know the halachot of Afrashat Chala, that when we separate the Chala from the dough that we make, we have established already that when you make a dough from the 5 kind of grains that are mentioned, and we know them, they are Chita, Usora, and also Bor, Shuar, Veshifon, but then also before you have the spelt. All those 5 kind, you have to take a challah. Once you make a dough with water, no matter what you put there as well, could be oil, but if you put water in it and you make a dough, and the dough is 1 kilo 560, then you have to separate challah. Now the question is, when you separate challah, who you make this challah for? You make the challah for your family, for your friend, but you make one challah and for everybody, so that they can benefit from the challah. You know, you make after the dough, you bake it and so on. Then you have to separate the challah from that amount of dough. But supposing there are 3 women that are going to divide the challah for them. They are making the challah together, the dough, and then they are going to take each one of them a portion and make their own bread. Then that challah is exempt completely. That dough is exempt completely from challah, because there is no an absolute amount that requires challah from it, because each one would end up that they have got part of the amount, but not the full amount. And that would be the halacha when it comes to other people. That means, so you have to do that when you make the dough. You make the dough for yourself and for your family, part of you, and therefore it is one dough that has got that amount. You take the challah. But if the intent is for each one of them, if you have 3 women and each one of them have intent to take part of that challah and then make their own bread, it's exempt on that. Now, also, we say that dough, you can make not only a dough to make bread, you can make cookies out of it, you can make anything. But the most important thing is that you need to have water into it. If you don't have water, and what you have is only, you put oil, fruit juice, anything like that, and then you're making out of that a dough, then you are exempt. You don't have to take a challah. And this is the Shulchan Aruch. It says that there is at least 1,560 grams of flour in the mixture, but it has to have water. If you don't have water, it's not considered. Why? Because the Torah said, "Ba'cholchem et lechem haaretz." When you are going to eat the bread of the land, then you have to take challah tarimu. You have to separate challah. And what is the lechem haaretz? In this parasha, we're going to be kitavo. It says, "Ve'afu 10 nashim lahmehem betanur echad." So the afiyah has to be the lechem is when you bake it, but not when you are going to make something else that is not baking a bread. And that would be the only difference when it is exempt. Okay, now we're going to be mentioning then tomorrow, Bezrat Hashem, about what happens if you make donuts, or you fry, or you want to boil. You make a dough for the purpose of frying it or boiling it. It's very interesting. Halakha kol divrei Shulchan Aruch, you don't separate challah even, but some opinion that in Ashkenazim are machmirim, and they say that you should, without a bracha, but you stay challah. But anyway.